Hello there, my name is Tommy MacNeil and I'm the Minister of Martin's Memorial Church of Scotland, which is based in Stornoway here in the Isle of Lewis. Lewis is famous in Scotland but also other parts of the world because of what God has done in our past, and we celebrate that and we give thanks to God for it, but we have a real sense of God looking to do something new and fresh today. We came when things in the church were at a pretty low ebb. They actually were threatened with closure. It gave us a bit of an impetus to start something new and fresh. And our vision has been, how can we communicate something of the reality of Jesus, the love of Jesus, the grace of Jesus, especially to people who don't know Him. I had a real sense of vision for us to develop to be more family friendly. So we developed our morning service to incorporate that. But then that I wanted to develop our evening service in terms of worship so that it would become a much more user-friendly service, especially for those who either had no church connection. In Lewis and in Stornoway, it can be quite a big step for someone to actually come across the threshold of the church. I've been aware of Alpha for years, and we just saw it as a really good tool to help us build a wee bridge with people. On an average Sunday, we'd probably have on a Sunday morning close on 300 people who would come, and in an evening we'll have about 200 who come, and I would say probably 40 to 50% have gone through the course at some point. You're only allowed to come if you bring a non-Christian friend. And so this whole friendship evangelism, just befriending, they've been so blessed by the course and so helped by it that not only are they inviting their friends, but they're now actively involved in the leadership of some of the groups that we have. So they're flying the flag for Alpha in wonderful ways because it's been so impacting in their lives, and they just have the basic understanding, if Alpha has done this for me, then it can do the same for them. We've got a very strong youth work and a very in-depth youth program that runs throughout the week. Over the course of the last 2 years, we've actually used Youth Alpha for young people who want to explore the issues of the Christian faith. A wonderful opportunity opened up for part of the Scripture Union group in our local high school, and two of our young people who did Youth Alpha here came up with running Youth Alpha on a Tuesday lunchtime, and they're running the Youth Alpha over the course of these weeks, and they've been tremendously encouraged as to how it's been going. The Shed project's been part of our vision for the last 2 to 3 years. One, it's going to be a hub for our ongoing developing youth work, but we want it to in effect be a hub for them so they own it. And the other aspect of the Shed is the community aspect, because we've got a real heart to bless and serve our community. And we recognise and we've learned that you don't just do that through the preaching of the gospel, but in the same way that Jesus did, you do that through acts of kindness, through signs of compassion. And so it's again part of our remit and our ethos to just show this community that what we're for, and we're for them and we're for their families. We want to go from a 1 day a week service church to being a 7 day a week serving church. I think my passion and what keeps driving me and gets me up every morning is seeing the reality of Christ in our own church and in our own community. And it's no rocket science. It's coming back to biblical principles and looking to live for Jesus and not just speak about Him and not just preach about Him, but live for Him and let others see Jesus in you and through you. God is changing and transforming lives right across the age spectrum, but also right across the social spectrum. So we're seeing children coming to faith, we're seeing teenagers, we're seeing middle-aged people, we're seeing senior citizens, we're seeing whole families. But I think Alpha gives the space to respect people where they are. It's helped broaden the horizon of our church to make us aware that actually we're not just here for us. If you're praying for your community, and if you're wondering how can we reach out, then you need to seriously pray about Alpha.